Hi again, everybody. I hope that you all had a really nice weekend. Okay, so in this video, we're going to explain, we're going to give an overview of the work for Unit 1.3. So, as usual, I'm going to start the video by talking about the calendar, discussing it. So, today is March 23rd. This week ends on March 29th, which is next Sunday. And we have to work on Unit 1.3, which is called Planning. Additional to that, and as I mentioned in the previous video, we also have to submit assignment number 1. If you still have questions about the assignment, well, remember that basically you can watch that video as many times as you wish, or you could also send me an email, okay, asking me for the specific points you don't understand. And what else? Oh yes, of course. Let's go to Unit 1.3. Let me show you what we're gonna do. Okay, so here we have the course finder as usual. I'm gonna go to Unit 1.3. Remember, we have already covered the 1.1 and 1.2. So right now we're going to 1.3. Alright, so here we have lesson planning, which is really ad hoc with the assignment because the assignment consists in planning a lesson. Well, and also implementing that lesson, alright? So this unit will explore the topic of lesson planning through participation in tasks that focus on different aspects of lesson planning. So the learning outcomes revise what you already know about planning. You are all teachers, so you all have an idea of what lesson planning is. Explore why teachers write lesson plans, establish the contents of lesson plans, explore and write lesson plan aims, put together your own lesson plan, establish a personal list of top 10 tips for writing lesson plans. This unit is approximately 3 hours study, so it should take you about 3 hours to complete the unit, including the forums and everything. So you could distribute that time 1 hour a day or maybe 30 minutes a day and then a little bit more on the weekend. Remember, it's important to work on the platform, if not daily, at least every other day. All right? So here we have the access to the forums. As we have mentioned before, the fact that the access to the forums is right here doesn't mean that you have to work on the forums at the beginning. The instructions on the unit page indicate when you have to access each of the forums, alright? So we have the forum and we have the social forum. As I mentioned on the very first video I sent you, the social forum is for you guys to interact, okay? I never get involved in the social forum, okay? I don't really check social forums. That's for you to discuss any doubts, questions you have, okay? As a team, as a family that you are. Okay, and then here if I start scrolling down, I start reading instructions. It says warmer, planning a quiz. I have an exercise, okay? Then I have why plan lessons, some information, and here it says why plan lessons discussion in the forum. That's the first forum. Now we go back up and we work on that first forum. Then we have a resource to read, the lesson plan content. Okay, we have two resources to read, 1 and 2. Okay. Then we have more information over here. Instructions. Remember to be very careful with instructions. It says go to anticipated problems discussion in the forum. I go back up to the forum. I do this exercise. Alright. Actually, the instructions say that first I have to do the exercise and then I have to go to the forum. You see why instructions are important, alright? Then we have lesson names, information, an exercise, an activity to check, a document to check. Anyways, you already know the mechanic. We have to continue scrolling down until we reach the end of the unit. Okay, here we have a wiki, and finally we have reflection and assignment. We'll go back to this part in a second. So guys, I was doing a little summary and I noticed that in this unit we have 3 individual forums. Okay, so you're going to post your opinion on 3 separate aspects of planning. But additional to those 3 individual forums, we have 1 forum with information on this week. This week we have a team activity, alright? So I have split the group in 3 different teams. you're going to find who you are working with in one of those 4 forums. I can show you in a second if you want, okay? So, and then if you need to contact your teammates, you can do it via the social forum. So you can go ahead and create a little discussion called Group A, Group B, Group C, and you can start interacting there so that you can arrange what you want to do for the team activity. All right? The team activity is not very demanding, I promised. I promise. So we have 10 resources to read, documents and websites to read, 2 interactive exercises to solve, and 1 team wiki. Okay, so that's why you are divided in groups this week. So the team wiki is something really simple. All you have to do is come up with a list of tips for planning a lesson, things to consider before planning a lesson. All right. So it would be nice if you could contact the rest of your teammates via the social forum so that you can establish or talk about the number of items you're going to include on the list, maybe even the kind of conjugation you're going to use when presenting the list. Some of us like to write in future, some of us like to write in present, okay, or even in past. So those are important points to discuss before actually working on the team wiki. All right. Okay, so as we were saying, there are 4 forums this week. 3 of them are individual work: Forum A, Forum B, and Forum C. Actually, it should say D here. I'm gonna correct that, I promise. And then this one, top tips, which group is the one that indicates who you're working with for these activities. Okay? Alright, very good. So that's basically what we have to do for this unit. Remember, all the instructions are here. Please read carefully, alright? Take your time to read. Try to find a setting, a place in your house or maybe your office where you can sit down and read, where there's the place is quiet, okay, where you can concentrate, where you can focus on the activities you have to do. Now, by now you have noticed that at the end of each unit, we always have a section that is called reflection and assignment. So the reflection in this case says, in this unit we have learned some things that we need to consider when planning a successful lesson. Some of the questions that you can ask yourself while preparing to teach a lesson are, so some reflection questions. And then the assignment says, if you choose to complete the assignment for this unit, then go to your portfolio for the assignment documents and tasks. So remember that in this course you need to complete 3 course assignments, 3 to 6 additional records of work, and 1 final assignment. And as we discussed in a previous video, each assignment and record of work is going to be uploaded on a specific date. In this case, it has to be uploaded by March 29th. And assignment number 1 is basically lesson planning. So you can decide to plan that lesson based on ideas from Unit 1.1, 1.2, or 1.3. Just remember that after you plan the lesson, you have to actually teach that lesson to one of your groups, with your students. You have to do that, all right? And you have to collect the information on their performance. So you should be implementing your lesson by Wednesday so that you have time to reflect on everything that happened during the lesson that you planned, okay? And the lesson should be inspired, by topics, contents, forum discussions, resources, wikis that you did or read during one of these units, not all of them. Just choose one of the units, and that's going to be the basis, the foundation for your class plan. So if you still have questions regarding the assignments, where to upload them, where to download the template, remember that we have another video where we discuss all of those things. So I'm going to be sending you the link to this video and the video on the assignment, on the first assignment, okay? Alright guys, so I hope that you all have an excellent week. Remember to go back to the forums 2 or 3 times a week, okay? Even 4 times a week. And well, let's keep in touch. Remember, you can contact me via email, okay, or send me a message through the platform of the course site. So thank you very much, and bye bye.